This stuff is really freaking me out.
How do you react when you're confronted with evidence that changes everything you know about reality? Do you cry uncontrollably? Do you run? Or do you say things like, "This stuff is really freaking me out"? If you're Frank Ramirez, it's the latter. Obviously, this is not definitive proof that there was no ghost in Ramirez's motel room. However, if he really was the victim of a haunting, he probably wouldn't be handling it so well. The most simple answer is that Ramirez is just messing around, and that there never was a ghost. While there are definitely legit ghost videos that will send chills down your spine, Ramirez's hotel room ghost video is probably fabricated. His tricks are too telegraphed and his acting too obvious to make this video believable.
Is there someone else in the room?
Is there someone else in the room?
Was that an orb?
Was that an orb?
What are you doing with your hand, Ramirez?
What are you doing with your hand, Ramirez?
You never see the phone move the second time around.
The biggest WTF moment in this video occurs when Ramirez asks the ghost to speak a little louder, and the phone flies from the dresser onto the floor. This is a nice piece of theater, but that's all it is. The effect seen here is one of the oldest tricks in the world of film, where you think you see something without seeing it actually happen. In this case, you may think a phone fell from a dresser. However, you only see the phone dangling after it falls off the hook while Ramirez reacts wildly. In other words, you never actually witness the phone falling the second time. Your brain fills in the rest of the visual information.
The towel moves before it's supposed to.
The most telling sequence of this video begins at 1:55, when Ramirez tosses a hand towel that he's been keeping on his shoulder onto the bathroom sink. If nothing had happened with the towel, then this wouldn't be so weird. However, less than a minute later, the same hand towel flies off the sink and onto the floor after Ramirez asks the ghost to move something else for him. After tossing the towel onto the sink, Ramirez makes sure to turn and show the audience the rest of the room in the same way that a magician shows you that there's nothing up his sleeves. But Ramirez is no magician, and at 2:27 in the video, before Ramirez sees the towel fly off the sink, you can see the corner of the towel moving, telegraphing that something is about to pull it off. Not to be a negative Nancy, but that something probably isn't a ghost.
Did Ramirez put the cups back, or was it the ghost?
During Ramirez's initial recap of what happened in his motel room before he started filming, he notes that the ghost knocked off a collection of cups from his bathroom sink. It makes sense that he would put the cups back, but who would put the cups into the same position that they would be in after a visit by room service? Ramirez allegedly just saw a ghost trash his motel room, and the first thing he thinks to do is put his cups, not to mention towels and phone, back where they were. That seems dubious at best.
Why film your ghost video at 240?
You never know when a haunting is going to break out. But that doesn't mean that you should carry around a forked camera, lights, and decent sound equipment just in case a ghost haunts your cinder block motel room. However, most cell phones can film in 1080. Tangerine, a feature film that was released in 2010, was shot on an iPhone 5s. If the filmmakers behind Tangerine can shoot something that looks good enough to be shown back to back with Ant-Man, then you can film a haunting in at least 720. This may seem like nitpicking, but if you're really trying to prove the existence of a ghost in your motel room, wouldn't you want that footage to be as crisp as possible?
All of the objects fly towards Ramirez.
Throughout the video, whenever an object moves of its own volition or under the care of a ghost, the items move directly towards Ramirez, as if they are being pulled by something. Let's break it down. This hoax would have been so much better if he had been able to make one of the objects move in a direction that wasn't toward him. That way, it wouldn't seem as obvious that he was yanking the string.
Who's on the other line?
The first sign of a haunting that viewers see is the phone flopping off its receiver, and while that's kind of spooky, it's also a really easy trick to pull off. You just need to attach a thin string like you would use to sew up some jeans and pull when the time is right. If the lighting is low enough and you've done enough practice runs, no one should be able to see what you are trying to do.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.